Okay, give it up for Aaron War. Aaron produces shows for ABC, Apple, and Amazon TV with past work on 2020 for Investigation Discovery and Extreme Home Makeover. His latest feature, American Criminals, based on Nathan Leopold's life plus 99 years, was completed in 2024, marking the 100th anniversary of the infamous Leopold and Leb case. Leb? I said that right. Loeb? Damn it. Beautiful. Great. It's a great biography, honestly. Thank you. Okay, Kathy Wells. Say hi to Kathy. Kathy. She is the CEO of Pyro Light Productions, transitioned from acting in Desolate in 2013 to directing. She made her debut in 2016 with the short film Phil Chandler, Private Investigator. Give it up for Kathy Wells, please. Next up of our judges is Brian Titus Yarbrough. Brian Yarbrough, born in P-Town, Illinois, is a recording artist, a film producer, actor, and writer, as well as an African-American Hall of Fame inductee for youth work. A community leader and owner of the Vault 309 studio, his films have screened nationwide and internationally. Give it up for Brian Titus Yarbrough. Thank you. Next up is Isaac Wells. Isaac is a Canadian-American actor and voice actor, co-founded Pyro Light Productions with Kathy Wells, and he's known for voicing Skeletor and indie game roles. Isaac turned health challenges into a creative career in film and voice work. And we are going to need to hear the Skeletor voice at some point, so.
Got the mic.
You got the mic.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, give it up for Isaac. Thank you. And the last judge is Matt Richmond. Matt is a Chicago-based writer and director. He earned acclaim with George in 2023, which played here on this giant screen, an Oscar-qualified short. And Never Had a Bad Day, which won the Audience Award at the Boston International Film Festival. Give it up for Matt Richmond. Okay, we're going to ask a question to Aaron first. Let's try to keep it to about 2 minutes here if we can. In your opinion, what distinguishes a truly innovative film from one that simply feels derivative of past works?
Okay.
With a stumper to start.
Okay. So something innovative would be something that is going to transcend your imagination, that's going to take you to the universe where when you get home, you're repeating certain lines from the movie, or you're acting out certain things that you remember, but it sticks with you. It really takes you to a different level of your creative spirit. You don't forget about it. But a derivative would be something for us indie filmmakers, if you could say, been there, done that. You would want to avoid putting your name on something without having elevated it to a better spot, making it more unique, putting a better spin on it, making it better, putting your name on it, but making it much better than what was done before you, and making it better than the original.
Sure.
And not being a copycat.
Right.
Very cool.
Yeah, spot on. Very much.
Can I say that that was a really hard question?
You should see yours. Get ready. But you're not up yet, so sit on that, Matt. Next up is Kathy Wells. Kathy, I have a question for you. How do you balance creativity and technical execution when judging a film?
Well, when judging a film, I watch it like 10 times without the sound, because technically, I need to know what it looks like without actually hearing it. Then for the creative part, I will rewatch it to get an understanding of the story and how it plays with the flow of how everything works through lighting, color, and actions of the actors. And I'm speaking completely from a technical standpoint as a director, because I'll rewatch a film with no sound just for the fun of it, because it creates a different story with no sound at all. So
That's interesting.
And you just kind of make up what you think's going on in your head, or?
well, from the tone of the film, there's one specific film that I really like in this film festival, and I will say watching it without sound is completely different than watching it with sound.
Okay.
So, but it still gives the same overall feeling when it comes to telling the story. And I do enjoy when people connect the feeling to the sound. It just works so much better.
Okay, real quickly, how do you suggest filmmakers in the room balance the creative aspects of filmmaking with the technical skills that are also necessary? It's about finding that balance.
Well, personally, when I try to find the balance when working on a film or a project or a story, and I'm the one telling the story, I have to step out of the creative realm and think technically, how can I achieve this with what I have at this moment?
Yeah.
Because if I'm writing beyond my means, there's no sense in continuously writing unless it's a free form of writing and you're able to express yourself through that media. But strictly with film, you have to step out of that creative zone to keep your whole rounded.
So you have to check yourself at
Yeah.
every point in the filmmaking process.
Yeah,
be
when
able
I
to
go through
balance.
when I write and I go through my beats of a story, I have to make sure what I'm trying to achieve is achievable if I'm telling the story.
Okay, very good. That's great insight. Hopefully you guys wrote that down. Next up, Matt Richmond. No, sorry. We're going to go with Brian first.
I can go.
Yeah, we'll go with Brian. As a judge, what do you hope to see in the future of filmmaking, both from emerging talents and veteran filmmakers?
Specifically for this, I would love to see some new categories open up. I'd love to see the animation be its own. I'd like to see the cinematography be its own. And then the movies that actually, have the acting in them that were, built off scripts be their own. I think that would be awesome, going forward in the competition. And then, let's see, say that again.
Let's say that again. He said, okay, so yeah, well, let me just any specific themes or techniques you're. Well, that's a completely different question.
Yeah, as I thought about it, I was like, that'd be really cool. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, what even was the question?
No, it's like the future of filmmaking. Brian, talk to me about the future of filmmaking here. What do you hope to see?
Well, the future of filmmaking is honestly not the sound studios, the giant studios anymore. It's the kids with the cell phones right now. So you can pretty much, anything you can think of, you're able to do. So I think the future of filming is more of like what we've seen here with these phones. It's not the high dollar equipment that's really moving the needle right now. It's folks that are making like the content. So you always hear of content creators, but we're not really hearing about movie makers anymore. So I think it's shifting towards a more digital era, a more accessible era. So I like the direction of it because it gives people that have the creativity the ability to do that otherwise would be denied just because of a lack of funds or access to stuff. So I'm all for the direction. I love it. I'd love to see it implemented in like the school systems to start teaching kids about how to do podcasts and how to become filmmakers instead of, the class about, how to type or, how to do this or whatever. But I'd just love to see the progression. I love the way it's going. And I'd just like to see more of it, especially in this city. And I think this is a big key to starting that. So I just love everything about what I'm seeing as far as like the new filmmakers.
Cool.
Great answer. Thank you, Brian. I actually typed with 3 fingers.
I type with 2 fingers and I cannot look at the screen. I look up and I'm like, damn, I misspelled everything.
Oh, everything?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I learned on the Sidekick flip phone.
How many words a minute you going?
A lot. All misspelled.
A lot of words, it's all misspelled. Okay.
Yeah,
All
a
right,
lot of
Matt.
words.
You ready? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right. What are some common mistakes that emerging filmmakers or novice filmmakers make, and how do you think they can improve their craft while still preserving their unique voice?
Yeah, I think emerging is about making mistakes and about learning as you do. And I don't know what's common. Like, you learn as you go, you learn by doing, and the more you do it, the more you learn. And I think the idea of sort of scrutinizing what those mistakes are as you go is the important part. Just knowing that you're gonna make the mistakes, but give yourself time to analyze what you came up with, why it works, why it doesn't, and then do better the next time. It's repetition.
Yeah. What do you say to, maybe there's a filmmaker in the audience right now who's working on something and they're really proud of it, but they're just not quite ready to show someone, they think there's too many flaws, and they may even like put it to the side and not touch it. Like, you gotta fail forward. That's what we talked about last night. So what would you say to them?
Yeah, I mean, I think you gotta trust your gut. Maybe it's not ready for a festival, but maybe you learned a lot in that version of filmmaking that will inform the next film in an important way. So you don't have to show everything. You know, save that for when you really feel it's ready.
That's great. Thank you. Matt Richmond, everyone. All right, last one here for Isaac Wells. Isaac, what do you think is the biggest challenge for local filmmakers, and how can festivals like this one help address those?
Say it all in your Skeletor voice.
Yes. Seriously.
It's networking.
Okay.
That's a really easy answer. It's you gotta get out there, push yourself out there. You gotta sell yourself and your film. You know, it's really about filmmaking's being like a salesman. You know, you have to like, hey, I'm selling me, my vision, and what I want to do. You know, so I think that networking is like one of the biggest things that a lot of people, especially independent filmmakers, forget about in filmmaking, is that you have to make connections with other people.
Yeah.
And it's not the, crab in a bucket mentality. You don't pull each other down. You have to all come together and work on something that's big, because it's a group effort. So there's literally no other way to say that.
It's a crab in the bucket. I've never heard that. That's great. I like that. Okay, well, I think we're going to jump into the films. I have one last plug. Guys, I can't thank you enough. Can we give the panel one more round of applause? Matt Richmond, I want to plug his film, George, that I mentioned in his bio. Incredible film. It plays here at the Peoria Riverfront Museum on the largest screen in the Film Society. Got a sore throat, man. The John Morris isn't working tonight. But anyway, it's playing here next week at the Peoria Riverfront Museum. Please come check it out. You will not be disappointed.